Good afternoon, everybody. This is John, who reads for brain health and overall health. And it's been several days since I did a little video. My wife and I came down with colds about the same time. We're both just about over it right now. But I love watching the YouTube and watching the other readers do their little videotaping. It's kind of interesting. A couple of things that I just wanted to point out is, I'm really getting into reading now, later on in my life. And didn't have the time before. High school, college, a lot of study, sports and stuff like that, and getting married and having, a family and kids, professional job, very little time to devote to reading. But anyway, now that I'm doing it, I think one of the most important things for me is that I take my time reading. I enjoy what I'm reading. And I can find myself just relaxing, whether it's in the morning or at night before bed, getting into the story, and basically forgetting about things that happen during the day. I immerse myself in the story, in the reading, in the written word, and I'm in a different place. So some of the things that I think are kind of important to new readers is to read small and to read books that, lo and behold, you're going to get something out of. And I'm going to show you a book here that's literally only, 78 pages. And I often refer to this book many, many times during the year. And the name of the book is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And here's a little excerpt from the back of the book. All that a man achieves and that he fails to achieve is the direct result of his own thoughts. His condition is his own and not another man's. His suffering and his happiness are evolved from within. As he thinks, so he is. As he continues to think, so he remains. So this gentleman, James Allen, was, let's see if I can get this here. He was born in 1864 and died in 1912. Throughout his life, James Allen sought an oasis of tranquility amidst violent tides of change brought about by the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, in the late 19th century, also in England. He wrote a series of practical works presenting his personal philosophy. This book is his most famous work. It is a brief but powerful treatise on positive thinking that still continues to provide inspiration and strength to the reader. Very good book, only 78 pages. As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. I think this was done in, let's see if I can find the date that it was done. That's 1992, so you probably won't be able to get, you might be able to get new copies of this at Barnes & Nobles. Obviously, Amazon, you'll be able to get copies of this. But for new readers, this is a fantastic starting book for new readers. And not only new readers, I look at this book many times during the year to get my head back in the right place. Okay, to get my head back in the right place. So, and I know other readers are concerned about, reading. There's fall books out. There's Halloween books, horror books. And, 50 books to be read. I wish I was like that. I wish I could depend on myself to be that strict of a reader to have a to-be-read list and stick to it. There's no way. Another book that I thought was extremely interesting was a book called Joey, okay, by Jennifer Bleakley. This is about a horse that was rehabilitated but brought out to a farm amongst many other horses. This horse was in very bad shape. Brought to a rehab for horses, and children would come and they would literally bond. They would bond with this particular horse called Joey. It's a tearjerker. It's a true story as far as I know. Yes, it is. And it's about, I don't know, let's see, how many pages of this? It's only 250 pages. But it's a true story. Has all kinds of pictures of the horse and people throughout the entire book. True story. Heartwarming story. I'd love to see more of these heartwarming stories. I have two beautiful dogs myself, and I know how comforting animals can be to people, to kids that have medical issues and all kinds of issues. So that's a good book. That's a very good book. The other book that I often refer to is a book called The Heron Dance. The Heron Dance. This is a book of love and gratitude. Now, you might not easily be able to find this book. This was done in 2005, and the editor is Anne O'Shaughnessy. It's a Heron Dance Press, but it's a book of poems about nature. Very, very good book. All different situations. So here's just one on this side that I'm going to read to you. God changes appearances every second. Blessed is the man who can recognize him in all his disguises. One moment he is a glass of fresh water. The next, your son bouncing on your knees. Or an enchanting woman. Or perhaps merely a morning walk. So different things like this. It's enlightening. Okay. It's soothing. Okay. And it's, 75, 80 pages. But it's all about nature. So here's one little excerpt over here with a picture on it right here. Okay, and what it says is, always say what you feel and do what you think is good and right. If I knew that today would be the last time I'd see you, I would hug you right. I would hug you tight and pray the Lord be the keeper of your soul. If I knew that this would be the last time you passed through this door, I'd embrace you, kiss you, and call you back for more. If I knew that this would be the last time I would hear your voice, I would take hold of each word to be able to hear it over and over again. If I knew this was the last time I'd see you, I'd tell you I love you, and would not just assume foolishly that you know it already. That was by Gabriel Marquez. So, there's little stories in each of these by different authors. If you can get your hands on this, it's called The Heron Dance, Book of Love and Gratitude. Now, I pick these books up when my wife and I go on vacation. She'll go on into these little stores that have all the gift shops and the trinkets and stuff like that, and they'll have little books of the heart and books about love and things like that. And I'll pick them up. I'm going to go back to the hotel, I'll look at them while I'm beside the pool or near the hot tub on a chaise lounge, and I'll read them. It just makes me recenter myself to identify what is the most important things in my life. Another book that I just read was Like Mother, Like Daughter by Kimberly McCreight. Okay? Could not put this book down. Could not put this book down. It's about, 310 pages. Basically, it is when Cleo, a student at NYU, arrives late for dinner at her childhood home in Brooklyn, she finds food burning in the oven and no sign of her mother, Kat. Then Cleo discovers her mom's bloody shoe under the sofa. Something terrible has happened. But what? The polar opposite of Cleo, whose out-of-control emotions and unsafe behavior have created a seemingly unbridgeable rift between mother and daughter. Kat is the essence of Park Slope perfection, a happily married, successful corporate lawyer, or so her daughter thinks. Great little mystery. Couldn't put it down. Couldn't put it down. Okay, Like Mother, Like Daughter. Very, very, very good book. See, the thing is, I don't care if the books are long. If they grab my attention, I know it. Probably within the first quarter of the book, I'll know that the book's going to be good right off the bat. I don't care if it's 400 pages, 500 pages. Now, for new readers, here's another book. It's a book called How Reading Changed My Life by Anna Quinlan. Okay. You can see her in the back there, Anna Quinlan. Reading has always been my home, my sustenance, my great invisible companion. It will make your hours pleasant to you as long as you live. This goes in to tell you about how reading changed her life and what books did she read. 1998, this was produced, but it's a great book for beginning readers. Somebody else's perspective, I'm sorry. Another book that I've kept, oh my God, for years and years and years. It's not really a book, but it's a saying of poems and different things about gratitude, faith, education, love, serving others. It's Leaves of Gold. Leaves of Gold. An inspirational classic for our time. Okay? Over 50 years, Leaves of Gold has been a classic, full of quotations and poems, the most beautiful illustrations, gently touches each new generation with the timeless message of faith, hope, and love. This was 1996 copyright by the Brownlow Publishing Company. And it has all kinds of little sayings in there, all kinds of things. Very, very nice. I love this book. I know it's crazy for a guy to love something like this, but I love it. The other book I read, very informative, The Power of Your Attitude. Okay? By Stan Toller. Very, very good book. 180 pages. So this tells you how important your attitude is. That your attitude can absolutely, most definitely, change your life. Okay? So those are some of the good books that I just wanted to share. I'm still a beginning reader. I read every day. I don't read fast. I'm a slow reader. And that's the key. Slow reading is good for your brain and good for your well-being. That's why it's the name of my video is John Reads for Brain Health and Overall Well-Being. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I read the facts, I read the research. You can read it yourselves. Google recent studies on benefits of reading for the brain, Harvard University, and others. I think LA has many studies out. Yeah, so as long as you're reading something every day, a few pages here and there should benefit your brain. So that's what I have to give to you today. And I hope everybody's having a good week. Fall is definitely here. And I'm going to try to make a couple videos coming up and put up some more books. So thank you, everybody. Have a good week. Thank you.